Hey, hey, Rich, how's it going?
Good.
Well, welcome everybody to the latest quarantine episode of UVN's Behind the Counter. I think I said it before. We should, maybe change it to Behind the Computer Desk now, or we're both live from quarantine. Which, by the way, we really should mention it because we joke about the quarantine, but Richard and I are both in Ohio, and it was just announced. What was it, yesterday or the day before, that my county, I live in Allen County.
Yeah.
It just got hit with the level 3. So I practice safety wherever I go, especially my comic book store. I wear my mask. I wear it wherever I go. When I have to go to the grocery store, I do not endorse this, but my vape shop. But now it's law, buddy. And yeah, that's the age we're living in.
Yeah, well, it's not technically a law. It's an ordinance.
Well, yeah, the ordinance, yeah. But see, here's the reason why me and Richard have been prepared for this for a long time, because we're avid comic book convention attendees. And the way everybody else is fighting off Corona, we've been fighting off Concrud successfully for the better part of a decade. Yeah, for the better part of a decade. So, like all of a sudden everybody's like, I got a hand sanitizer. It's like the moment me and Richard get to his car,
Lysol comes out.
I know. Why didn't we own stock in Purell way before this, Rich? We could have been banking right now. Oh man. But there's nothing really good about this. But for introverts like me and Richard, it's just like, oh, you want us to stay inside? Oh, that's going to be a hard thing to do.
Time to resubscribe to Netflix. Literally.
Yeah. We didn't get to do a show last week. That was on me. I recently got moved back to third shift for the time being. So like, poor Richard's 8 o'clock at night was my 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was zonked out. I mean, I was out. But we've got not one, but 2 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to talk about. And the first one we're going to talk about may be my favorite episode ever. For those who have been keeping up with the show, I thought of, Richard. It's almost like, well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has always operated independently of like anything else. They've always done their own thing. But it's almost, let's give credit where credit's due. It's almost like somebody at Marvel said, you know what, this Legends of Tomorrow show is really popular. Maybe there's something to this jumping around time stuff. Maybe we should give it a try. So yeah, this last season has seen I was going to say the Legends, Richard. I almost slipped. Has seen the agents bouncing through time, and one of the best things that's come from it was bringing Agent Sousa back.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Agent Sousa from Peggy Carter was a fan favorite character, and once Agent Carter had run its course, here we were thinking, we're never going to see some of these characters again, especially Agent Sousa. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. said, "Au contraire, mon frere. We're bringing him back." And I love him. I think he's a great addition to the team.
Oops. Whoa. Okay.
If you're a fan of Max Headroom, that completely made sense. That completely made sense. Oh, balls. I laughed so hard I knocked my camera over. Oh. Just like the agents, its technical difficulties abound today.
I was trying to work on something else, and all of a sudden, boom, it came up.
Oh, man. Well, this is what happens when you go live. But no, Agent Sousa being a part of the team, I really like it. He's such a great addition to the the team. What do you think, Rich?
Oh yeah, I like how they did that. How they wibby wobble time there, with Coulson getting shot instead of him, and they brought him in onto the Zephyr and stuff, so they could use him in the future.
Yeah, he still needed to be dead to let the timeline flow accurately, but they pulled him from the time stream, so in time he's still dead, but now he's just hopping through time with Coulson and them, and I really like it. I like the interaction with him. I like the interaction with the team. He brings that old war sensibility to and I love his interactions with Deke.
Oh,
I really do. Like when Deke is like, "Careful, this is electricity and it's dangerous," and he's like, "Fuck you! I know what electricity is." You know what I mean? I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, I like they were in that one part where is this the future? Well, not quite the future.
Yeah, your future, not our future, kind of the future. But honestly, the episode that a lot of people have been talking about is when we hoped it was going to happen, and they delivered fully. It was when they went to the 80s. And you know what?
There we go.
Yeah. Oh God damn it! I loved that so much because I loved May's comment just after the explosion that wiped out the Chronicons, because and it had nothing to do with her emotion thing right now, but she was just so deadpan where she was just like, "He'll be back. That's his superpower."
Oh yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, he'll be back. Oh God, yeah, he'll be back." Not just because it's a show, it's literally because it's Coulson. He'll be back. And they brought him back. They brought him back pure 80s Max Headroom fashion, and that. My only beef, Richard, and I know we talked about it, was I love that they gave him the background. That was the tits. But they could have even done it. They could have done it at least once. They didn't have to overdo it, but give him that Max Headroom.
Oh yeah.
Stutter and jerk. Just once or twice. And I love the way that everybody had to like wheel him around on that TV. Like they were constantly like, where the hell did they get extension cords that long, man?
You're talking to a person that has 300 feet of extension cord in his car.
This is true. Oh man. But one thing I had to point out, actually, this is one of the few times message boards save the day, and I've actually seen people go back on their frame of thought was a few of the message boards that I was talking about this episode to is a lot of people hated the tone of the episode because it was so uplight and goofy.
Right.
But one guy made this great point, and it even made me change my thought, was something to keep in mind in that episode was the entire episode was from Deke's point of view. It was his telling of the story.
Right.
So yeah, it would be goofy and lighthearted because it wasn't just a flashback or, an episode. It was him telling May that story. So once I realized that, it really did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything being told, I could see. I just saw it in your face.
Yeah.
You realize this?
Yeah, it's his interpretation. Yeah.
Yes, which is why at the very end, when we go back to the story is done being told, and they go about with the rest of the cast, it goes back to the familiar tone, a little bit more on the level and serious,
right? Because
now we're not in a retelling, we're in the story. And I read that and I was like, you're right. Everything was from, so even the idea that Mac was just sitting around building model cars, that might not have been what he was doing. That was just strictly from, that's what Deke was imagining him doing, was just sitting around You know what I mean? Just sitting around building model cars.
Because he saw it once, and that's how he interpreted what he was doing. Because when he went over that one day, that's what he saw, so he assumed that's what was going on. Yep, and that makes full sense. And I love his 80s band ripoff of Future Song.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I loved that so much, and I really did everything about that episode. That the cover band was not just a cover band; it was a cover band. And he had assembled his own A-Team. Oh my god, that was so good.
And the one actress that was playing the Russian, and it was so 80s,
Oh my god, and oh my god, the 80s team training montage. Showing, Mac with the full beard, and then and then, oh my god, dude, that was.
And his shotgun encased in silver.
Oh, because everything in the 80s was chrome.
Right.
Everything in the 80s was chrome, man. So, dude, a man our age definitely wrote that episode.
Definitely.
I will bet you dollars to donuts that if you go to the writer's house, there on his DVD collection is a box set of the A-Team, Airwolf, Renegade.
DVD. They probably got VHS like what's behind me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That probably was his VCR that he used.
Well, I'm getting ready to write this 80s flashback episode for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let me get my inspiration. That was and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been good about doing that too. They'll throw that one episode in that is kind of like a palate cleanser. You know what I mean? We've been eating the heavy meals for the last few episodes. It's just like, all right, here's a little sorbet. A nice little light raspberry sorbet for you, And I loved that episode.
And I liked how the couple episodes before that, when they were in the 70s into the 80s, where they had the spy outfits looking just like out an old James Bond.
Oh yeah.
Or like how the S.H.I.E.L.D. looked like in the comics at that time.
Oh my god, the blue and white outfit. Yeah. I know you went ape shit. I know you did, because that was your backyard right there, man.
Looked just like the comic.
Oh, dude, I will not be surprised that, God willing, when con season starts back up again, and it will, I guarantee at least once or twice you're going to see somebody rocking that old school S.H.I.E.L.D. outfit. Probably us.
I was hoping they would. I was hoping they bump into somebody that their name tag said N Fury.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like not necessarily that age, but like the old school Nick Fury. Just like.
I can see it too, just like a throwaway. Like they're walking down the hallway and somebody comes around the corner, bumps into them. And he ain't, he looks him up and down like, like you can tell that he knows that something's not right about them right off the bat, but he still goes about his. I love that. That is a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I was hoping they would do that, but
Oh man, but yeah, and seeing the way the team came together at the end. That was a great little shot too, when they showed everybody in suits at the lighthouse, and
yeah.
And that was such a heartwarming episode too, because at the end, when you learn that it was Deke that had been providing for Mac and his little brother for all that time, because I love Deke, but he's immature, he's irresponsible, he hasn't always been the character that thinks of other people.
Yeah, that's how he was raised. He was not.
Yeah,
but he really does care about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was a great moment when when he led Mac up to the house, you know, and he's just like, you're a part of my band, you know, it was like drummer, like harmonica or, you know, something like that, you know. I did. I really enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that episode.
I did like how the drummer was a coke dealer and he didn't understand it.
That was awesome too. He's like, yeah, he deals coke, but it's weird. I never see him drink any. I was like, that, you know what? That was a solid joke. You know what? As a comedy fan, that was a solid joke. That was well executed and well delivered. That wasn't just a funny moment. That was a solid joke. I never see him drink it. Like, God bless, man. Oh,
he's so naive of the times, you know.
Oh, like, I know.
It's like when he was in the future when he made that startup computer company and stuff. The way he was doing it in like last season, and then this season he does all this stuff in the 80s. I mean,
yeah. Oh, I did. I really like that.
And now, now Yo-Yo's back.
Oh, well, yeah,
she's not Yo-Yo anymore. She's
no. Well, that was another great line that I loved is when Yo-Yo asked Mac, you know, well, you can't call me Yo-Yo anymore. And he goes, yeah, you'll always be Yo-Yo because you always bounce back.
Oh, true. Yeah. That
was a great, oh my God. And the other, this last episode was really great too, because we got to see May and Yo-Yo interact. And that was a coupling of characters we didn't get to see very often. You know what I mean? Because like when you think of the team pairing up, you know, you always got Coulson and Daisy, and then, you know, Daisy and Mac, Mac and Yo-Yo, you know, we hadn't really got to see them two, you know, interact, and they're so very kind of similar. You know, they're both very stoic, you know, very to themselves. And having to see these two characters that are very introverted, having to, you know, I don't want to say come out, but, you know, like open up to each other.
Right.
Those were great character moments, especially where they're sitting there in like the yoga positions, and they got to touch. Because you could feel the uncomfortability and irritation radiating off of both of them. That was, but yeah, and going back to visit Daisy's mother. Oh man, yeah. That was a great callback. And even everything that was happening at that camp village.
Compound. Yeah.
Compound, thank you.
Yeah.
Because that was good storytelling, because, you know, with the introduction of that one girl that was trying to escape, it was very well told, because it really did make you think one thing was happening, you know, that they were oppressing her.
Right.
But in truth, it really was them, especially from Daisy's mom's point of view, protecting her. You know, that was really well told.
Right. Yeah, I just wonder how that fits into all the continuity, you know.
I know, because we see the Chronicons come and kind of, you know, the latest edition of the Chronicons come and throw a monkey wrench into that whole plan.
Right.
And
yeah, I don't know what they're manipulating now. You know, ever since they did the short circuit whole thing there.
Oh my God, that was the other thing too, from the '80s episode. Oh my God, playing on the poor tech geek. Oh my God! And did you notice that robot looked a lot like? I'm going with a deep cut on this one, Richard. You'll probably remember it. The movie Chopping Mall.
Yes, yeah, I thought the same thing.
The movie. If you're watching this and you haven't watched the 80s movie Chopping Mall, it's on, I think Netflix or Hulu or one of them. Man, I rewatched it about a month ago. Oh, it is so terribly 80s. The idea that there's a robot security guard that goes apeshit on these kids that break into the mall and just starts hack. Oh my, dude, that looked. Oh my god, man.
Very, very similar.
Yeah. Very, very similar.
Going all over the place when he had that twirling thing.
Oh my god. And that was such an 80s thing too, where you would see the very slow moving robot with the circular saw moving, this fast. and then then spurt, spurt,
There was a lot of blood in that episode.
Oh, oh yeah.
That was weird.
A lot.
I know they're on at 10 o'clock now, but
Deke's point of view, he's probably watched a few 80s movies.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it was there was a lot of oh man. And I'm sure you know what, Richard, I would almost be willing to go back and rewatch that particular episode, because as well as I do, there's probably some really good other 80s Easter eggs that were hiding in that episode that even you and I missed. Probably. Because something crafted like that, somebody snuck some stuff into, Oh, yeah. There's probably a Mogwai or something hiding, like in the bottom of the screen somewhere, just kind of like... Or like the radio-controlled pink Corvette that Gizmo drove. It's probably on a shelf somewhere in the background.
But we're at the halfway point. 7 episodes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They're on that little break. Then we start to the climax of this whole season and the whole series of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Where do you think we're going with this?
I really have no idea. I've thought about this because, at least with other shows are ending, you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen, but I really have no idea because it's still part of the MCU, because they have made a few more references, more than past seasons, to the MCU than they have in the past.
Especially the Captain America. There was a lot of references to the Hydra stuff going on in the background. Yeah.
So, it's still a part of that. So the idea that whatever happens there is still going to be an impact on the MCU, but also knowing the way that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. goes, like on a tangent.
Right.
Oh my God, Rich. Oh.
What?
What if somehow they hit the multiverse?
Yeah.
Well, the show is over, but I also see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being the type of show that still leaves the door open for more.
Well, didn't Fritz talk about the multiverse?
That's true. And we have yet to see Fitz, too.
And I know that she left that message for him.
Mm-hmm.
So if that ship would appear when he's in the same time, they've been halfway across the universe, and she found him, so they're halfway across time. Maybe that's how this all wrap up, them finding each other.
That is a definite possibility. I definitely want at least the last episode for the two of them to be reunited. Here you go, Rich. What if when they're reunited, Fitz is with a Watcher?
Oh wow.
Like he's literally chilling with the Watcher, which is why he's been able to navigate and kind of lead everybody to where. No, think about it, because remember,
yeah, go ahead.
You were both old enough. The Watcher could never directly interfere,
right?
But he has always been known to, take somebody and kind of. I can't do it, but if he whispers into Fitz's ear, "Hey, they're going to want to be in 1940."
True.
How is it? Because remember, even Gemma said that they were kind of being guided by Fitz. But once the Chronicons, died, there was no anchor point. They were just jumping randomly now.
True.
That maybe, he was guiding them.
Or he appears with this necklace with 2 eyes.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, even better. And they won't even have to say anything. It'll be for the diehard fans. When they find Fitz, he's bald-headed. Fitz is the Watcher. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be something. I just hope. Yeah, I just don't know. 7 more episodes left, right? Because it's 14 total, correct?
Yep. Let's see. Another show that we still have going on currently. Well, 2 of them. We've talked about Marvel. Let's swing over to DC. DC Stargirl.
Oh, definitely.
God damn it! That show has consistently been really good. Man, that show is killing it.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with the kids getting the different superpowers and stuff. And when they took on that one cheerleader, when Court took her on, then all of a sudden these guys come out of the sewer, grab her, and take her away.
Yeah.
It really sounds like almost like everybody knows who they are by now.
Yeah, because the girl knew. Now I'm almost certain the Brainwave Jr.
knows. Yeah, well, he has.
No, Brainwave Jr. He does know because she admitted that she was the one that effed up his car.
Well, in the normal comics, he becomes a superhero.
Right.
His son does become a superhero. And then also, they were talking about Icicle when he came over to visit, Oh,
yes. That was a good moment. When Court puts the pan down.
Oh, yeah.
And he just grabs it and sets it down. Just a look on her face. She was just like.
Yeah. I need help.
Oh, And what a great little cliffhanger too when the mom shows up downstairs with the cosmic rod just hanging there. She's like, "What?" It reminded me. It really did. I really wish they would have ended the episode there because it was such a current Spider-Man with Marissa Tomei moment. You know what I mean? Like, what the. And then the screen goes to black. Oh, yeah. So, she's going to, she knows now.
Right. And we're getting a season 2, so.
Yes. Oh, man.
It's only going to be on the CW, too. The way they were talking.
Which was really surprising.
So what's going to happen with the DC universe? Is it gone, the app, you think? Sooner than later.
I do.
Yeah,
I really, really do.
Because HBO Max has the other shows. The only thing that's not been earmarked anywhere is Titans. After season 3, we don't know for sure what's going on because they're still set for season 3 on DCU. Yeah,
because I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I think even the Harley Quinn the Harley Quinn cartoon got picked up by HBO Max, didn't it?
It's been floating around on like Sci-Fi Channel and some of the other ones too. So,
true, yeah.
So, but I think it is going to go to HBO Max. But it wasn't there the last time I had it. I don't get HBO Max anymore, so I switched over to Netflix. So,
well, now's the perfect time to it, and what a great segue, Richard! God. Yeah. Oh God, we are such professionals. Speaking of Netflix, there's 2 shows in particular, a show and a movie.
Right.
Well, I don't remember the Warrior Nun.
Ariel.
Which is based on
Ariel
Warrior Nun.
Yeah, it's based on an old 90s comic.
Yeah. Not familiar with the comic, so I was able to go into the show fresh. Me and Richard have both watched it. I'm about, I think, 9 episodes in. I'm not going to lie. There might have been 1 or 2 episodes I missed because I think I might have fallen asleep and not remembered where to pick back up.
There's only 10. No, there's only 10, so you're almost through the whole thing. So
I'm really enjoying it. The production value is great. The storytelling is great. The cast is great. The only problem I have with it, and me and you have talked about this before, Richard, it falls along what was it? It was either Daredevil or the not the Outsiders, the team. Defenders.
But that was short. That was a short run. That was 8 episodes.
Yeah. Aerial Warrior Nun suffers from the same storytelling that a couple of the other previous Marvel shows suffered from, where you've got a dozen episodes that really could have been 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah. Because
I am more than halfway through Aerial Warrior Nun, and I've seen very, very little Warrior Nun yet. It's still very much her on the run, not wanting to accept her fate, trying to figure out what's going on. That really could have been condensed to, I'd say, at least 3 episodes. But here we are going on 6 or 7, and she's still,
Yeah, it's like when she met up with those kids on the beach and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because she wants a normal life because she's been in the orphanage, crippled her whole life. So
yeah, which was great. Yeah. It was great seeing that thrust. Here I am in this situation that I can't control. Given this new life, I want to explore this part of my life. Still, about 9 hours too long of it. We got the point.
Yeah.
In a couple episodes
with the group of kids or with the guy, they could have done one or the other. I didn't think they needed both of them because she went on the run twice, and to me that was just like almost repeating itself. Even though it was kind of nice seeing all the scenery over through Europe and stuff, it was kind of.
Oh my God, that was. Yeah, they spared no expense when it came to locations. Those were not sets. There were moments watching that show. I'm watching it and. It's kind of slow playing, but I was still fascinated and fully invested in like the scenery and locations and everything. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really set for an international audience, I think, the show.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it did what it did. It a lot of the shows like that have a little bit stretched out so they could do this and do that, but we're so used to everything compact, and we like our action boom boom boom, and this was like little story,
True.
Little story. So it's a different.
Well, I was going to say it might have been, like the producer said, okay, Netflix has given us X amount of money for location scenes. We're using every dollar of it. you know what I mean? If we're going to do 8 days in, at this villa, we're going to do 8 days at this villa,
But I like Shotgun Mary, the supporting character, the actress that
plays
her,
yes,
because she's in other stuff. So it was really cool because I know in the comic book I remember that being she was a nun but not a nun. She was recruited to be part of this organization within the Catholic Church and all their hidden elements and stuff. So I like a lot of that and. I was following it pretty good, and it was really neat to see that,
Mm-hmm.
And then the one scientist lady tried and save her son by sending him into that other dimension, which is heaven,
Yeah, which she was another. Trey! I feel like jumping off the tracks from Stand By Me, but no, that was another really great bit of storytelling because. The first few episodes, they kind of give the impression. I'm not saying that you get the impression she had malintent.
Oh yeah,
but I didn't think I had the feeling she wasn't on the level. But then when you find out everything she's doing was for her son,
right?
Then then spoilers. Then when the team goes to her for help.
Yeah,
that was great. That particular episode, I really did enjoy when they went to her. That was, yeah. I'm still very much enjoying it. I really hope it gets a season 2 because I'm hoping it's like the Netflix Marvel shows where it's just like, okay, here's a slow play origin season. Then when season 2 comes, you know what I mean? It's
I'm sure. The way the story is set up, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a season 2, and I think the ratings were okay. So I don't want to ruin anything because you hadn't seen the last episode, but
yeah. But yeah, Aerial Warrior Nun, I have really enjoyed it. There's a lot of it I really liked. Like I said, that was my only the only fault I could find with the show was it dragged.
Yeah,
but I still recommend it. I really think people will enjoy it. People really should watch this one. I really did enjoy it. Richard got yeah. I was gonna say if it was enough to get Richard to get Netflix back, you know.
Oh, I actually read some of the issues back in the 80s.
Oh, far out.
Or they mean the 90s. I read some of that stuff because they were always crossing over with like Razor and stuff like that, and I was always into those weird night. Well, you know, Dave at the Comic Connection, he was always into all that.
Oh, he always, yeah.
And he got me hooked on that because he showed me the couple because I was reading Razor. And then it crossed over, so I had to pick up a couple issues to understand who this was and stuff like that. So. Yeah.
Well, heck, I'm kind of hoping because speaking of that brand of 90s comics, you know, if Aerial Warrior Nun takes off, I'm really hoping that maybe they'll pick up. I don't know if you remember this one, Richard. What was it? Evangeline?
Yeah, that was.
Where it was a story of a story of a fallen angel, or you know, an angel on Earth.
Marvel actually owns the character now.
Really?
Yeah, they who owned the character? It was sold off because that's actually Thor's sister now or something in the storyline.
No, I thought that was the one from Spawn.
Right, that's who that is.
Oh, I'm talking about somebody else.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking Angela, and I'm thinking Evangeline or something. No, I'm thinking of a different one.
Okay. Well, there were so many ones back in the 90s. I mean, everybody.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't produce something back in the 90s.
If they're going to jump up, here's my pitch. If they're going to touch on old 90s character, man, I want to see a Savage Dragon Netflix show.
I remember the cartoon.
I do too. But if they do it, man, I want grit.
Yeah.
I want grit.
Yeah, it needs to be adult.
Yeah.
Not like that in the Wildcat cartoon of the 90s.
Or if we're going to go down that road of inappropriate 90s cartoons, what about the Toxic Crusader?
I know.
Holy shit. If you've ever seen any of the Tromaville movies, you know, the Toxic Crusader, that was not geared towards kids. I remember a movie where he stuck that mop someplace that was not kid friendly. Okay.
And Netflix has picked up another modern day Image comic, you know, Old Guard.
Yeah. Now, I've had a lot of friends on Facebook just the last few days post about it. And God bless my friends, they're smart enough about, you know, spoiler culture where they don't give any spoilers. But so far, everybody that I've talked to, including you here in a minute, because I'm actually going to shut my mouth, have raved about this. Richard, can you tell me a little bit about this?
I really enjoyed it, and it does not suffer because it's not a series. The whole thing is condensed down into the movie. So we get the whole thing in less than 2 hours. So you get the whole experience. You know, I'm not going to give too much away, but you know, they're immortals. You did know that, you know.
I did know that.
So they like travel because they were like old school way back into like back in like the Xena days, you know, Xena Warrior style all the way to the modern.
Medieval.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, and so the storyline, you get the flashbacks to that, sort of like Highlander. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you had to. That's all you had to say was high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's not beheading heads, you know, but it was, you know.
Right. Add to queue. No, it was already on my queue.
I'm serious. You have to watch it. If you get a chance to watch it, it was really worth it. The production value was top notch. If you thought Aerial Warrior Nun was production, this was high level production, and it did have that European feel because that's where a lot of it's set. You know, it's not in America, it's over there and stuff. And you know, it to me was just great and introduces the other character. the one that replaces Charlene. I never pronounce it right.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah. The other one in the book and stuff that, it just was great. I don't want to spoil nothing because I'm so afraid I'm going to say something wrong, but
I know.
It has that Highlander feel in a way because they're all immortals, but it's like a modern day setting. And that's all I need to say.
Which reminds me, because when you said that, I got a feeling I just found, I think on Amazon Prime, that they have the Highlander, the series, available. Oh, yeah. And dude, you want to talk about old school? I won't go off topic too much, but I owned every season of Highlander, the series, on VHS. Every box set. So when I found out that was available, so yeah, I got a feeling what's probably going to end up happening is I'm going to watch The Old Guard tonight. It's going to inspire me, and I'm going to go binge Highlander.
Did they have the Raven series? I don't have the Raven series taped.
I want to say they do.
Wow.
I do. I want to say they do.
I like to watch an episode of that again, just if I can remember it or not correctly, because that's. Yeah, female,
the immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I remember is when I watched it, when it was first run, I get the feeling that one, it might not translate. It might not have held up in time very well because that one was very, very 90s.
Was it?
You know what I mean?
I don't remember
because,
just
because, the series focused on, Duncan in the old guard, but whereas Raven was to be more current. You know what I mean? It was very set in the 90s.
They didn't do too many flashbacks in that episode, did they? That series was more set, like you said, in the 90s. So
yeah.
Oh well. Well, it's just like speaking of finding old stuff, Sci-Fi Channel. If you have it on your cable subscription, you can get the app and watch old sci-fi stuff. They have $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man!
I don't know how that works. I don't know that because I got Peacock. I downloaded the app because it was free and there's free content. Well, it is, and it's got some commercials, but you can only watch the first 2 episodes of Brave New World. Then you have to sign up to the Peacock to watch the rest of it. And I really like Brave New World. And it was like, so I'm not sure what all it has. I've been trying to go through like the old, if it's going to be worth getting or not, because they have 3 levels. They have a free level, a basic level, which is only like $7, and then like a ad-free level, and then you get access to everything without ads. So it's like one of them tiered level situations. But I had it downloaded because I wanted to see what they are, because I love Universal stuff, because that's to me is if they had BJ and the Bear, I probably would get it.
Oh no, I will go on record right now as saying if any of the streaming services offer BJ and the Bear, man.
It's got to be this one because that's Universal, not who owns the rights to it. Because when I went to Universal Studio back in the 80s to visit, I got to see the Cylons back then on the tour, and I got to see them prepping the BJ and the Bear semi-truck to go on to shoot.
Richard, you just set me up perfectly for one of my all-time favorite Kevin Smith Mallrats quotes. Why do they keep remaking all these old bad shows? Now, why don't they remake something good like BJ and a Bear? Now, there's a concept I can't get enough of. A man and his monkey. Oh, man.
Well, I was hoping if they have that, they would actually have the 7 Lady Truckers, the short-lived series.
Oh, my God, dude. You just literally watched that pop back into my brain. Oh, my God. It's like in the Spider-Man comic books when everybody forgot who Peter Parker was until he reminded them and all their memories of Peter floated back. I just remembered 7 Lady Truckers. It was like every episode just flooded back into my brain.
Now,
man.
If you're listening, re-add that and you will have me signing up instantly.
In a heartbeat. Holy crap. Oh, hey, Rich, real quick. One thing I want to mention, you'd mentioned something when you were talking about the old guard about not being able to say anything. There is one nerdy thing I wanted to do a quick review of real quick. And I thought the same thing. It's been a long time since I got to do a video game review.
Oh, yeah.
I can't talk much about it, but a game, it's on the PlayStation 4 that a lot of people have been excited about and that has recently come under a lot of controversy is The Last of Us 2. I was a big fan of the first game, the story of Joel and Ellie. It's one of my all-time favorite games. It was one of those ones that the story was fantastic. When the second one came out, everybody thought the first bit of controversy was when they released a teaser for it a while back ago, was the announcement that the younger character, Ellie, who in the second game by now is like 15, 16 years old, is gay. Didn't bother me. She's a great character. And when I started to hear about the game coming out and I heard about all this controversy, I'm like, dude, I mean, seriously, it's not that big of a deal. That wasn't it. Huge spoiler alert. If you plan on playing the game and haven't, turn it off. The Last of Us is one of those games where when I had people ask me about it, I couldn't tell them anything at all about the game because anything would have spoiled it. But what happens in this game, and if you're a fan of shows like The Walking Dead or anything like that, story-wise, it's great. The character Joel, who was the main character in the first game, gets killed. Not just killed, he's executed. And, to sum it up like this, the first game was about survival. It was a survival game. They weren't exactly zombies, but it was like a zombie type infection. You know, people got infected, and Ellie was immune. And the entire game was the point of Joel bringing Ellie to this group of scientists that were supposed to be able to fashion a cure from her. The problem is at the very end of the game, when he delivers her, you know, I don't want to say fallen in love. She's become his daughter. You know what I mean? The game spans like months and years, you know, of trekking from one side of the country to the other. He sees her as a long lost daughter now. Well, when he finds out that they're going to have to kill her to get the cure, he's not having any of it. So he kind of does a bad thing and like kills everybody to get her out.
Wow.
So even me loving the game like I did, even I was having a hard time playing it. Like, I understand his point of view. He loves her. This is his daughter. This could save the world. And these are innocent, you know, doctors and stuff. So the second game, whereas the first one was survival, this one's more of revenge. Because Ellie still doesn't know that Joel did what he did. He kept it from her. We know, and a few other people know. So those people who were a part of the group that he killed, find him. And even in the game, I'm kind of like, this is horrible, but I can kind of see their point of view. You know what I mean? So it's her going for revenge on this group of people. And that's where the controversy really came from, was you took one of the main characters and not just killed him in like a heroic fashion. I mean, he was executed. But the thing about it is, though, this was great storytelling, because for anybody who's like watched, you know, The Walking Dead, don't get attached to main characters. They're gonna die. So this was a huge spoiler, but if you were on the wall about playing the game and you were letting the controversy kind of sway you, I did. I almost didn't get it, because I'm like, man, it was literally, Richard, a love it or hate it.
Oh, wow.
Scenario.
Star Wars.
And I took I took the chance and I bought the game and I played it, and I absolutely loved this game.
Cool.
So that's my review.
So you've been reading comics lately?
I have, Richard. It's great because, you know, we're seeing more and more comic books hitting the shelves lately, and it's no secret that Booster Gold is one of my top tier favorite characters. And and I know it's a matter of record, Richard, because we've talked about it on the show before. I've been an avid Harley Quinn comic book fan. We're up to issue 74 right now. And you figure how many books, come out a year. So that shows you how many years I love the book. I love Harley Quinn's one of those characters that has many iterations. You've got like the main core, Harley Quinn, that's still kind of the batshit crazy Joker ex-girlfriend, loose cannon Harley. But then you have her solo run book, which is very character driven. It's a fun book. This book does not take itself seriously. It's in the vein of Harley Quinn. I mean, she's been known to break the fourth wall, very Deadpoolist. And the one issue, Richard, she goes up against, the best way I can describe it is think of a gangster ripoff of Ronald McDonald and his crew, including, like the Hamburglar and Grimace, It was very tongue-in-cheek. Well, this last year, especially following, what was it, Crisis of Heroes, Richard? Or Heroes in Crisis?
Heroes in Crisis, yeah.
Heroes in Crisis, which was...
Yeah. Yuck. Oh, did I just say that?
No, let's just say it. That story sucked ass. It had such great potential. The idea that superheroes need therapy was a brilliant idea, but it was so poorly executed. But the one thing that came out of it was putting Harley Quinn and Booster Gold in the same hemisphere together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? These are two characters you never thought would have melded before. Well, this last year, we've seen Harley Quinn, we've seen Booster Gold pop into the book quite often. Usually like a cameo, but it's a very... aside from 52 and his solo run, it's some of the best Booster Gold I've ever seen because it's a very human, very down-to-earth Booster Gold. And it has some really great touching moments where Harley's come to him for counsel and, their shared experience through Heroes in Crisis has led to this. They talk to each other. And one of my favorite panels of the book was, she's confiding in Booster, and he's like, Harley, you're not an idiot. You're a brilliant doctor. And he says, you're one of my favorite people, Harley Quinn. And I read it, and I'm like, and even Harley goes nuts. She's like, no, you are not feeling feels. You are not feeling feelings. No, we're not having that. And there's even a moment in the book where, Harley is wicked depressed. I don't want to ruin it because some really bad stuff happened in the book. She goes on a bender and she goes to Booster and she's trying to get a little of that Booster Gold action. And even Booster's like, no, Harley, you're one of my favorite people, man. I'm here for you. And what's led up to it has reached a lot of controversy. Before I bring it up, because I've got the book right here. Do you have the picture? But don't bring it up yet if you do. We'll go ahead. No, bring that one up. I absolutely love this because for people who haven't read the Harley Quinn book, a lot of people are angry. Now, I'm one of those people. I really do. I ship, because I'm cool and I'm hip, I ship Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. I always love them two together. I really do. If you've read the book, this has been a long time coming. If you've read the last dozen issues, this flowed very organically. And it tickled me because not only being a Booster Gold fan, but seeing him being treated as a human character and not just this, for lack of a better terms, two-dimensional character. Go ahead and bring it up, Richard. I don't have the other one.
I thought I did.
Okay. I'll bring it up. But look, I've got the other book right here. I'll bring it up right here. This is the moment that I was talking about. Oh, I hate you, Scotch tape. Talk amongst yourselves. Harley Quinn, I love you. Okay, here it is. Here it is right here. I don't know anything, but I know this. You're a better person than most of my hero friends. You're one of my favorite people, Harley Quinn. Now, keep it. Look at the costume, people. I just want to point this out. They never actually come out and say it, but you get the impression that Booster Gold has become, I want to say he's a high school football coach. Because in the panel before that, he's very much in a high school football field and there's characters. But you read that, and all that, everything that Harley Quinn and him have gone through has led to this moment right here. That's right, people. The kiss between Harley Quinn and Booster Gold. Now, I should reiterate, it was Harley that initiated the kiss. She's the one that literally grabs... Oh, and not only that, we've also found out that Harley Quinn and Booster Gold are big karaoke fans. They are huge karaoke fans, and we've also gotten to see a little bit of their taste in music. Now, again, I would like to point out, for future reference, look at that costume. But that was the kiss. And again, it's created a lot of controversy because there's a lot of those people who like Harley Quinn, the character, but not the character. You know what? Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Richard?
Right.
They like the poster version, you know. But I've talked to, in the same respect too, I know a lot of people who are freaking thrilled about this because they've read the book too. Granted, they're upset because it seems like everything that has been building up between Harley and Poison Ivy, you know, their budding relationship has been thrown away. If you read the books, there's reason behind it. It's very organic. What happened is very organic. And yes, I'm speaking biasly because Booster Gold is my boy. Even I didn't see that coming, Richard. That was literally, no, I'm not kidding, Richard. I wish people could have seen my reaction. When I flipped that page, I was sitting outside. I almost spit coffee out of my mouth. I was just like, I really didn't think it was going to happen. So yeah, that was the kiss that sparked a lot of controversy in the comic book community, but I absolutely love it. We all know nothing's going to come from it. They are not going to be a couple. This was a great moment for the two of them. You know, we're not going to see them, you know, we're not going to see the wedding issue. You know what I mean? That I don't see that happening. But I love the fact that one of my all-time favorite, never gets enough credit characters has been given this opportunity. And I really hope they put this one in a trade because I'll buy it. So, as I mentioned before, I pointed out, look at the costume because you're goddamn right. This is the guy who dresses up as Booster Gold from Smallville. You think I wasn't going to go out? I got the T-shirt, which was lucky. Yeah, I found the hat, and not only that, Richard, you might want to turn down the opacity or the brightness of your screen. Oh yeah, I own a gold-plated jacket now, people. Look at this. I very rarely use this word when it comes to my wardrobe. Fabulous. This may be the most fabulous thing in my costume. But yes, I still have some work to do on it. I need to get the bill blue, the cuffs and the collar blue. I was kind of pissed off, Richard. I found a pair of sunglasses that were blue with the yellow tip. The problem is I specifically ordered non-magnifying. Right. I put them on and I almost fell over because it was just like, oh my God, it was worse than putting on somebody else's prescription glasses. This was like, I'm not exaggerating. I stood up and I had to brace myself. They were so out of whack. So I gotta tinker with that. But yes, people, you saw the comic book coming soon to a comic book convention near you. Mike Boroff as Casual Booster Gold. And yeah, I will probably I've done it before, Richard. For Booster, I'll shave the beard. Speaking of, I've talked up a lot of this, Richard, comic books. Is there anything that's jumped out at you here?
Not recently. I really haven't been buying much lately. Just trying to finish up school, which I finally did today.
Yeah, preach, brother. Yes. Oh man, Rich. Oh, I really am happy, and I really am proud of you for
I got my final grade today, and that was enough so I can graduate August the 9th. So, BFA in art and technology. If anything opens back up.
No kidding. See, you know what? I've had some friends whose kids have graduated high school, this last year, and everyone's upset about, having to do like social distancing, graduation parties or whatever. It really hasn't hit home until just this moment, because God damn it, I would have helped you throw a goddamn graduation party, man. I am so excited for you. Oh man. So now it's back to the real world, Richard.
Yeah, I know. Looking for a couple different things. Who knows?
You know what, Richard? I may be talking out of school here, but man, I would love to see you turn around and teach.
Yeah, there's a Owens has got a position open for production, but I don't know what's going to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen this fall. Who knows? I
know this, man. Again, I mean, it's hard enough graduating high school and college and being thrust into the real world, but even now, it's even worse, man, because COVID-19. Oh.
You ready for the Stay Home Comic-Con next weekend?
Yes, I am, Richard. Please, yes. I just read about it the last day or two. I am really excited for this. Rich, go ahead and.
Well, I want to say a big shout out to Bob Corby. Last weekend was Space at Home.
Yes,
Stay at Home Space Comic-Con. What a great panels and everything, because it really brought back a lot of nostalgia, because I've been going through some old UVN stuff, and I remember live streaming from Space 2011. 9 years ago, I streamed out of that. And then if you go to our Facebook page, our very first live stream that we talked about, I put the video recording. We used, I can't remember the service. It wasn't Ustream for that one. It was another service.
No, it was,
Yeah, it was Live Net or something, because I know they got in trouble because a lot of people were streaming movies and other movies.
I remember... Like literally people were like putting their cameras in front of like their TV sets or something and live streaming movies that they had. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember that was basement days. that was back when I lived in Lima on Hazel, when we streamed live from my basement, man. That was wow.
But I couldn't believe that, because I almost forgot about the 2 panels from space, because I literally hacked into the network on the at the hotel that's now defunct down there. That's the U-Haul channel. It was just crazy, because somehow I logged in and they allowed me to stream both panels, and then I streamed like for 2 hours from the Artist Alley area of space. And I remember the guys from Broken Icon was sitting next to us, and their inker from, I think it was Sweden, was watching the convention from Sweden.
Dude, that's awesome.
And look what we're doing like tonight, and I was trying to do that back in 2011, but we actually put it in 2008. That's when we did that first episode, was 2008.
Man. That was when no kidding. That was when we were still terrified of 2014 that the world was going to end. Remember the Aztec calendar? Remember the good old days, Richard, when we were terrified of the Aztec calendar ending? Oh, well, I never thought I'd be
It read it wrong. It's actually 2020.
Yeah. Oops, forgot to carry the 6. It was like, wait a minute, it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's just like, oh, they only got one side of the calendar. Oh, forgot to carry the 6. Ah! Oh man.
But the good old days.
That's where we are in the world, Richard, where we're nostalgic for Armageddon's past. Okay, you remember Y2K? Ah, those were the days.
I remember I filmed a wedding that night. or I was at a wedding and I videotaped it and did the sound stuff. Then I literally went home and was waiting for it all to crash.
Oh, I remember too. There's a generation thing, Richard. Do you remember where you were at the stroke of midnight on the year 2000? I was drunk. I think I might have passed out. I think I might have legitimately thought the world ended.
I got home from the wedding and went and logged in online and was in chat rooms talking. Is this over yet?
We all stood outside waiting to watch the grid go down, and
I was waiting for Neo to come through the system, you know.
I was waiting for the black cat to walk past twice. Oh man, holy smokes. Oh, so anything else, Rich?
Nothing major right now. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do about Peacock. I might actually get it and watch some stuff. I don't know. That Brave New Worlds was really good, so
I'll have to check that out. I will be watching The Old Guard tonight. I've got some projects lined up that I need to sit on my butt and watch. I know we can talk about. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to figure something out, Richard. If you visit our Facebook page, you'll discover what may become a new segment in the Underground Video Network catalog is the Adventures of Lego Mike and Richard. They're saved, Richard. I have them off to the side. For anybody who knows me, you know I am a huge, never growing up fan of Lego. I will advocate Lego as a therapeutic device. I have built more Lego sets during this quarantine than I have in the past 20 years. I can tell you're bringing up the picture, Richard, so I'll just go ahead and keep talking.
I was trying.
I recently bought a set that had a little news van in it, right? And when I put it together, it's like, look at the little microphone and look at the little camera. Then the wheel started turning, and I'm like, I can recreate us. I love it. I still need to find you a better shirt, Richard, and I hope you're not offended. I did use the shorter kid legs for you, Richard. But I had to go through Lego sets, Richard, and I would like to point out, Richard, that your face is actually an Egon Spengler from my Ghostbuster set because it was the only set I could find that had glasses. But yeah, I put together a little Richard and a little Mike and Lego, and it was one of those few things where after I took the picture, I was beside myself. I was so tickled with my little accomplishment that when I was done, I was going to get ready. And yes, that is the face and the beard. I haven't been able to find a beard with glasses, but you'll notice I got the ball cap, got the beard. It's got gray in it on an Ant-Man body. And I'm like, if I'm going to be in costume, we're going to go full convention. I'm figuring something out, Richard. I have enough superhero characters to do something. I just don't have a background, that really fits with a Comic-Con. But yes, stay tuned. The further adventures of Lego Mike and Richard will be hitting your screens soon. I'm even debating learning. I mean, I know how to do it. It's one of those things where I'm still working during this quarantine, so I don't have as much free time, but I've already tried to do some stop motion. That's not going to happen. It's going to be in comic strip form. But yeah, Mike and Richard, and I'm tickled by that. I was really happy you liked that one too, Richard, because it was one of those. You know what it's like, Richard. I think I was actually at work when the idea popped into my head, and I'm like, please, you goldfish memory having SOB, do not let this idea get filed into the recycling bin. It's like as soon as I got home, I was just like, I was scrambling to find, different minifigs to put together for the two of us. And I found the little camera, and I'm putting together a tripod so me and you can both be behind the camera. But yeah, I'm tickled by it so much, which, Speaking of, you want to talk about geekness? Oh my God. This might be the last thing. As you know, I am a huge fan of Lego. I will never deny it. I have my entire room. I've sent pictures. They just announced, the teaser was up. Lego has been really good about taking ideas submitted to them from people and putting them into their ideas category. The latest set that they're announcing, which will be available August 1st, which will be purchased by me August 2nd, Nintendo. A Lego Nintendo system. The system. I can't get my hands right. The system, a cartridge, controllers, and even an old-fashioned CRT TV that will have, if you can, I'm not doing it justice, look it up, Richard. And even the announcement video that I saw for it, they showed the guy blowing into the Lego Nintendo cartridge. Pardon my language, I almost shit myself. I was just like, and you can even put the cartridge into the system and push it down.
Wow.
But they showed the little CRTV TV, and you can tell it's CRTV because it's got the old-fashioned jacks in the back. That's a detail. But it's being made so you can turn a knob in Super Mario Brothers. Like level 101 will scroll on the TV set.
Oh, wow.
That is some of the most awesome geek-centered news I've heard in a long time. That is awesome. And I am sure as I am sure as Clark Kent is Superman's identity, that I will be showing this to you on a future live broadcast. So yeah, that's the last bit of the uber geek news that I have. Rich, I'm my mouth is tired. I haven't talked this much since 2 weeks. What have you got, Rich?
I'm basically nothing much. You just find us at undergroundvideonetwork.com, and it's in the process of being updated. If you go to the site now, I broke it down to 3 levels. You have the about page, which is about who we are, and then you have the UVN, We Talk Too Much, which has got the links to all our podcasts. Or you can go to the new video archive. Was a way that I can move all our old stuff over to the new website. So it's a whole archive of 800 and some videos that we've done over the years. We're not going to be celebrating just 500. Man. We have 800. Right now, there's 801 entries.
Oh, my God, Rich.
That includes like the panels and the spin-off series, UVN, We Talk Too Much, and the flashback episodes. So after all this time, we've actually done 801 videos.
Wow.
As far as I can tell. I'm still going through double-checking, because what happened is when I input from the old WordPress site, moved over to the new site that we're at now, some things got kind of wibbly wobbly is the best words I can use. So I'm going through each site or each blog post to make sure that they're not a duplicate. So I've been taking out a few, or adding, because there was stuff missing.
Richard, we've been, it never really dawns on me until you mention stuff like that, how long me and you have been doing this, and you've been doing it even longer with Richard and Peanut. Honestly, Richard, I'm surprised you're not having to go back through and convert old episodes from Betamax.
Well,
fuck me, you probably.
I've left all the original codecs on the YouTube channel. So the further back you go, the more grainy the episodes are. I haven't really uploaded. The only one that I've been uploading was the original stuff. There's some episodes missing, so there's a slot, but I do know we did an episode for that. It's like, say, the one I know off the top of my head is 56 is missing, episode 56. I mean, this is with D-Boy, Peanut, and all of us back, and Jeff Smith, I think, from the old GameStop or whatever.
Oh my God!
It wasn't GameStop; it was the other one they worked at, right? Didn't they work at the other one and then they merged or whatever?
Oh my God! Holy smokes!
Remember how that all worked? and we actually went in there for some kind of tournament. I don't remember which it was for that episode, but we did like the Halo release, the Halo 2 release party, and then we did some other stuff like that because going through all that
Halo 1. Wow.
The first one, I thought that was the second one, the second release.
No, you are right. It was the second. It was the second one.
Yeah, because they turned the whole place into green, so it looked like he was in the Halo world. And they had that big screen TV out front and everything. And then Peanut Me went to was it Buffalo Wild Wing or something like that did a gaming tournament. We actually went to a gaming tournament episode.
Oh my god!
But those were the old stuff that was on the local access, and then that was like 60 episodes that was on the local access channel. And then we moved over online. Then you came in about the 100s when we moved it to your basement. And then
we did the basement. I remember I remember fondly because I remember the picture because I still actually had hair. I did cameo in a couple episodes from the comic convention.
Right, yeah.
The Comic Connection, yeah.
Yeah, because there was like there was like the one episode because you came on talking about the superhero thing going on in Columbus that Eric was part of back then.
Yes. Oh my God. We're going too far back.
Yeah, Pow Boom, something. It was at the museum or something, I
think it was Bang Pow Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched the episode. That's the only reason I even remember. But then he was on one of the early ones, and he was in some of the backup stuff and everything from that. Even I was on an episode back then because I was on the Godzilla 50th anniversary. We did the Godzilla 50th.
Yeah.
But then you and me did a couple, even from your old apartment. I didn't even remember doing those.
Oh my God! Yeah, holy!
Because I came over there and Peanut couldn't make it or something, so we did a couple.
That's right.
There, and then it just kept bouncing between places and stuff there for a while. And then we started doing it the Alter Ego Comics around 162, I think. So you and me been doing everything since 162.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
But if you go onto the new archive, it's all right there, and it's a little hard to search because the search parameters moved over from WordPress doesn't quite work right. And I've been trying to delete those, but I'm afraid it says if you delete them, they might delete the whole posting.
I hate that.
So I'm going to have to go through every episode again or every posting and uncheck stuff and move things around. But if that doesn't get done, the search parameters might not work. So, but it still has one of those magnifying glasses where you can type in like UVN, whatever the number is, like episode 167. Then that episode will come up. So you can find it.
And I've used it before, and I not the most current one, but I know it works because there's been times before where I've gone to the site. It was the Rob Paulson video that I gave to you from Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just typed, like if there's a particular episode that you want to follow, like here real recently, Allison Dickinson.
Right.
If you search her name, you'll come up with that episode, which we're going to have to get her on the show here real soon, Richard, because I just because of a virus, our friend of the show who you just posted the interview I did with her and her daughter here very recently. I think it was from last Gem City.
Yeah.
Gem City. She is not recently, but she had just published her latest work, The Other Mrs. Miller.
Right.
And I had planned specifically, I could order the book anytime, but I had planned on, I wanted to buy it from her in person. It was one of the, she had my copy ready for me, but because of everything going on, I was just like, I PayPal'd her the money. She's going to mail it to me, because I can't wait to read it. I should hear very soon, get that book and we'll talk about it. We should probably have her back on.
She just bought all that new streaming stuff. So she's ready to go. She's going to start streaming. So awesome.
Which I love. One last thing is, you'd mentioned, the Not a Comic-Con. For everybody out there, who's completely bummed about, everything being shut down right now, you can still support your favorite artists and creator friends. I've talked about it on the show. I've purchased prints I purchased original art from like Rodney Fike. I got that Baby Yoda cover. Even my friend Kelly, and it'll be on my Facebook page. My friend Kelly is by no means a professional artist. She just recently, the last few months, got into doing, the pour arting, Richard, where they pour the paint and you get the. I just literally the day before yesterday, purchased a piece from her. It came in the mail yesterday. It's hanging on my wall now. You can still, even through all this, still help support your artist and creator friends. And I really suggest doing that because this time right now is really hitting them the hardest. Where a lot of people that we know who really do rely on comic book conventions, to help bring in that income, that are missing that right now. There is still nothing stopping you from helping your friends out right now. And all you got to do, Facebook is one of those great tools where you can find your creator and your artist, and they always link to their websites. And who knows, there might be something on their website that you never saw at one of their tables that piques your interest and you can purchase. So yes, even through all this, and believe me, mentally it helps them. And mentally, it helps you because, like, when I get that piece in the mail from somebody I ordered, yay! So yeah, through all this, things are going to get better. We hope everybody is mentally and physically keeping safe. Richard, I hope you're doing well. I hope you stay safe. I can't wait to see you in person, buddy. This is great, man, but there's still nothing like, standing side by side with you. And I really do. I miss you, Rich. Fuck you, man. Don't make me feel emotions. It's like Booster Gold. You are not feeling emotions. Oh my God. My knee hit the mouse. So again, one more time, because I talked over you, where can everybody find us on the internet?
undergroundvideonetwork.com, newly updated, and then you can find all the link to all of our socials there.
So on behalf of Richard Catterjohn and myself, we hope you're staying safe, and we can't wait to see or hear from you soon. So stay tuned.